Mein Fehler.
So, hello. So, I have 2 jars of peanut butter here. One is very gross. One is very gross. Oh. Okay. I have 2 jars of peanut butter. This one's very big, and this is an American jar of peanut butter. It's the largest one I could order off of Amazon, and it's an American peanut butter thing. And they come larger than this in the US. This isn't even the largest that one can have. And then this is the largest that I found in Germany, and as you can see, there is a big difference between how big they are. And this is literally the biggest one that I could find. And there's a big difference between peanut butter consumption here in Europe and in the US, and that has a lot to do with history and a lot to do with availability. So you can grow peanuts in the US and in America in general, for example in Mexico, Southern America, and then in the southern United States, in warmer climates, and then in Europe it's harder to grow them here, but peanuts are something really easy to transport, and peanut butter is also easy to transport. And the reason why I wanted to talk about it is because it's a cheap, nutritious, and delicious product that I love very much. So, to start off, I'll talk about health. I'll talk about health and the history of peanut butter. So, slaves in the United States didn't have access to the proteins that they needed to survive. For example, they didn't have access to meats that they needed in order to get the proteins that they needed. So they relied a lot on vegetables, on beans, and actually peanut butter is a bean, and it grows all around the southern United States. So they would eat peanuts, and they would make peanut butter, which was a rudimentary form, so it didn't have all the sugars and oils that we have today. It was just ground up peanuts. And then it was popularized, peanut butter itself was popularized during World War II, when we didn't have access to sesame or vegetable oil due to shortages. So we had to turn to like peanut oil or peanut butter itself. So peanut butter products, or peanut products, were popularized. And I got that from this book, which is Peanuts, the Illustrious History of the Goober Pea. So the average serving size is 2 tablespoons, which is 32 grams, and for every 32 grams, there's 7 grams of protein, which is a very large amount of protein for the size that you're getting. And it also smells really good. I'm gonna open it up. I'm gonna just wave it towards. Smell that? It smells really good. And I just got that I got that information from the jar, from the smell from opening it, and then the protein value just from reading the label. And there's actually this book that I read parts of, I didn't read the whole thing, called The Peanut Butter Diet, and it's where you just eat peanut butter in various ways to lose weight. And it talked about how peanut butter has good fats and protein. For example, peanut butter is a lot like the avocado, but it's a little less effort than an avocado. You have to, open the avocado and take out the big seed, and you have to throw that out. So peanut butter is a little bit simpler. Has a bit more sugar, but it's like an avocado that has the good fats, and good fats are basically a fat that you need, so you can't live without fat, obviously, and it's fat that can even lower your cholesterol or prevent heart disease. So peanut butter is like a superhero. And the process of making peanut butter is really simple, so it's a simple product. There's really only peanuts in it, and then sugar is usually added for sweetness. And there's actually this law in the United States, which I saw in this book called Peanuts to Peanut Butter, and I saw the process in that book too, where peanut butter has to be 90% peanuts. So this whole thing, like that much is peanut butter, and then the rest is like sugar and oil and whatever else. So it's a very pure product, which makes the production very cheap. So because the production is very cheap, it makes the product itself very cheap. So it has a lot of protein, and it's very cheap, it's very delicious. And because it has a fast process, and it's also very easy to grow, it's very sustainable. There's actually something called the National Peanut Board in the United States, and that basically has a lot to do with sustainability in terms of the peanut, and in terms of production, and in terms of peanut popularity. So farming the peanut is very simple, and the website itself says that every year there's more demand for more peanuts and more peanut butter. Again, it's very popular in the US, but it seems to be growing throughout the world. For example, I have a friend here in Europe, and I bought them a very small jar of peanut butter that I found in an American store, and I didn't even have any of it. I left it in their house, and then they've just been buying peanut butter since then. So I kind of infected them with the peanut butter germ, I would say. So anyway, in conclusion, peanut butter is really cheap, and it's delicious, and has a lot of protein, and I really hope that Europe starts making bigger jars than this, because I need more. Thank you.